Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. We just had a calendar drop, and that's great. And I just had all of this taken care of, so cheers. I look pretty for this video. We have a calendar to go over, as I nonchalantly take a drink before I start coughing everywhere. Let's go over, and I also have a new addition that I'm going to be doing with these videos. I am going to list out possibilities for skills banners, so when I get to those, I'll bring those charts up for you guys. Because, again, we're all about budgeting orbs over here and making sure we have what we need for the banners that come up. So let's go ahead and knock out some of the events in blue up top. Forging Bonds is coming on 2/16, which means we're going to have ourselves a new hero summon, which we'll talk about in a second. Tempest Trials is still going on until the 17th. We know that. New Hall of Forms, which we haven't had in a hot minute. That's going to be popping in on the 13th. So lots of great rewards for that. And it's not a terribly difficult game mode. Genuinely one of my favorites. Like, as dumb as it is, it's genuinely one of my favorites. Grand Hero Battle, which I assume will be accompanying the new heroes that we're getting for the Forging Bonds event. That's happening on the 17th. Rooker Siege is making a return on the 22nd. So get ready. Bound Hero Battle Revival for Morgan and Morgan. Great fun for everybody. Speaking of Bound Hero Battles, there's one over there that's lasting until the 17th, that being Lynn and Florina. We also have... What is that? Well, that's coming up soon. It looks like the 10th. It looks like pretty soon. Voting Gauntlet, which is the A Hero Rises. That's what the AHR stands for there. A Hero Rises 2020 Finals. That's going to be on the 27th. I haven't really skimmed well enough to see if we're getting a summoning banner with that, but I don't think that we are. I know that somebody had posed that question to me a little while ago, and I think it was on Twitter. I was like, man, that's a pretty premium banner. I don't know if they would throw that. I would be genuinely surprised if they did have a banner with like a top 8 voting gauntlet of stuff that we picked to then just be on a banner. I don't see that happening, but maybe. Kronia is getting a Grand Hero Battle Revival as well. It's happening on the 1st of January, February, March. That's coming up. And then another Forging Bonds on the 5th of March. So, exciting stuff. March is also, I believe when we get Spring Banner? I can't remember. We'll talk about that in another video, of course. But those are the events. As you can see, everything kind of peters out towards the end of the month, which is okay, obviously. For the first, week or so of March, we won't really have anything going on besides Forging Bonds. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's all right. Maybe we all need a little breather after the anniversary month. You know what I'm saying? We also had the Legendary Hero Battle, but that happens like every other month anyway, so nothing too surprising there. It's happening on the 26th, which gives us a good idea. As to who the Legendary Hero will be, that'll be in an upcoming prediction video. Gosh, is it this week already? Do I have to get that out this week? I may have to get that out this week. We'll have to see. I'm in Katsukan Crunch, so I don't... there's too much stuff to fit in. The Hostile Springs Revival, that's still going on. The Tempest Trials Summoning Focus is still going on. We're into banners now. Special Hero Summon Year 3, that's still ongoing. I think we're in Phase 2 right now. That being with the Brave Heroes, they're getting their shenanigans back. But if you have not specifically chosen your free special 5-star hero, you should do that. I don't know why you're waiting. Should probably go ahead and do that soon. Some of you guys were asking when we'd start to see some of the revival banners for Valentine's. Grail's Devoted, which I think is probably the most popular at this point. That one's going to be starting up on the 12th. And then going until it doesn't say, although ends sometime after the 10th, it looks like. I don't know why they put a little squiggly there, but whatever. It's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. New hero, or new power? New power, that's coming out. I can't read anything right now. New power is coming. I don't see the revival for... Oh, there's Love Abounds. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so Love Abounds is coming on the 14th. So that will be shortly after Grail's Devoted. Actually, just in time for Valentine's. What a kooky idea. Just in time. So that's coming up, but everything before that is happening at the new Hero Summoning event, which may or may not have been leaked. I did a video on it. I'm not going to go into detail on that right now because I don't want spoilery things for people who don't want spoilery things. But we'll do a bit of a prediction video, I guess, definitely this week for that to come out. So that's exciting. New Hero Summoning immediately happening after that one as well on the 5th. That, of course, corresponds with the Forging Bonds event that's happening in March as well. So, a lot of new heroes. Like, a lot of new heroes. Back to back to back over here. It's not really surprising, you know? One of the points I made about the FEH Pass and Resplendent Heroes, specifically, is they may be giving alts via that form more often now. Just to free up, like, special banner type stuff and coming up with alternative versions of units that we already have. I think that might be like their middle ground play, you know what I mean? So, for what that's worth, I predicted that we'd be seeing a lot more new heroes banners, and so far it kind of seems like that's how it's trending. But again, the spring and summer months are coming. And those are flooded, absolutely flooded with special heroes, so only time will truly tell, but I hope that's kind of how it's starting to trend. Anyway, so all that said, I think we've gotten through everything else. Legendary Hero, of course, we'll have a prediction on that as well at some point. The Bound Hero Battle will be getting a summoning focus as well for Lyn and Florina. I wonder who's going to be on that banner. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the Hero Fest banners, those are still happening. We are in part 2, I think, right now. So there's that. The biggies, the skills banners, before we move on to other less exciting quests and things. The skills banner. So first off, we have the stance skills, right? And that's happening on the 20th through the 28th, so kind of short. I pulled a list because it is quite an extensive list of units with stance skills. But I omitted, because we've had a couple in the past, I've tried to omit a lot of units that were featured previously in the stance skill, and I think that's mostly just like Morgan, and I want to say Zelgius. I think he was on there too. But that's kind of who I think we maybe be looking at. We've got Elysian Traveler, Olivia, we've got Lou, Ocean. We've got Fallen Berkut. He's also on there. I think he's actually warding stance 4, which is pretty high. Ewan. I think Ewan's a pretty big contender, just because we haven't really seen him on a return for anything. Surtur, of course, and Dorcas. If I had to pick who likely we'd be seeing, Ocean, Lou, and Ewan. Maybe Fallen Berkut. Just a hunch. But some of these other units are a little bit older. Elysian Traveler Olivia might make a return as well. I don't think she's really been on too many banners, to be honest. But she's a great flying dancer, so she might be worth your time checking out if she does make it on there. And then Blazing Wind, which is it is so less crowded over in Blazing Wind. World of Thracia, Olwen. We've got Hinoka and Igreen. Those are absolutely going to be the ones that are on there, because everybody else who has Blazing Wind is a Grail unit, and therefore not summonable. So that's what you're looking at for Blazing Wind. Very exciting. It's nice to see Igreen back. I don't know that anybody else is really worth your time unless you are particularly fond of that unit in the banner. Igreen is kind of it. So there's some special spiral to go along with that. if you're into that kind of B build. But yeah, that's kind of who we're looking at for Blazing Wind. Again, like I said, not really any other options, to be honest. Defeating 1,000 foes. Did you get your 1,000 kill orb, single orb, for that? That's still going on. You have until the 19th to finish that out. Anniversary quests are cycling in throughout the month. Infantry strike quests. I assume that has something to do with infantry units and accomplishing oddball shenanigans. Coliseum quests. I think we've had those before, just completing certain conditions within Coliseum modes. Not really anything spectacular there. The one thing I'm interested to see if they put on the calendar, because I, including myself, sent some feedback about how they market the FEH Pass, and I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to actually add it on the calendar. But I haven't seen it, and I don't think they put it on there. So the 30th anniversary celebration, that's going on all month. We know that. Orb promotions, you know what those are. If you're going to spend a little bit of money in the game every month, you might as well get those, in my opinion, because they usually have some decent items. Except I don't know if they've paired Ether Stones lately. I don't think Ether Stones are really all that advantageous as they were when they first debuted. But they usually come along with some kind of, feather packet or something else that's kind of handy to have. But those are happening, around the first of the month. We always know when those are. Login bonuses. This is what we're here for, friends. There's not a lot, but to be honest, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, there have been a crazy amount of login bonuses for January or February for the most part, but we're not really seeing too many towards the end. Everything's kind of petering out towards the 20th, I want to say, is when stuff really starts to kind of get bare bones. We will have that new Heroes one kick in on the 16th, and that'll last us through the end of the month. And then another one will happen for the voting gauntlet. But yeah, it's definitely not nearly as impressive as it has been the last couple months. January had a lot of login bonuses, and February, the first half of February did as well. So things are going to start kind of tapering off, unfortunately, but we'll have a couple. So there's a chance for some orbs. Just be aware, be alert. It's a little bit sparse. That's how I would describe it. Definitely sparse. But there you go. I hope that gives you some insight. Banner-wise, it's not looking too crazy, but that's okay. As I said, spring and summer are coming, so start saving. I guess start saving. We'll see what comes down the pike here with these new Heroes events. We're definitely getting a lot of them back-to-back, which is kind of nice. We should see relatively soon, I think. I can't remember if it's in March or April that we have the picnic banner. But I want to say it's in March, actually. I think it is in March. And then spring is in April, potentially. Or they're swapped. One of the two. One of the two. We'll have some special heroes coming up. I'll be interested to see if we do get like a successor to the picnic banner. Because, we had the Hostile Springs banner that never got a successor. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But that is the month in a nutshell. Kind of crazy, and then it starts to get a little bit easier. So that's kind of nice. Let me know in the comments what you guys are most excited for, of course, moving forward towards the end of the month here. And that's all I got, man. I got stuff to do, so I'm gonna go do it. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss anything that's up and coming. We do still have some special videos planned for February. If I can get them out, they may trickle into March. No promises, but they are definitely getting made, and they will be up on the channel at some point. hopefully before April. That would be an absolute failure if I can do that. Anyway, that's it for me for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.